So I'm going to talk about a topic of monumental importance, which is earplugs. Okay, I'm joking, it may not be of monumental importance, but if you've ever had a waterlogged ear, you know how painful and uncomfortable it can be. And I was practicing my role, going over and over and over, and I got water in this ear, and the pain lasted for about a week. So I decided to try some earplugs. The first ones I tried were these. I tried them because they're cheap. You can get them at Home Depot for 3 pair for about $6. They have a tether. They go in pretty easily at first, and they effectively block out all sound. So if you're on the river, or even practicing your role with someone and they're speaking to you, you really can't hear them, that person. So when you take these out, it's very difficult to get them back in, and maybe it's because they absorb water and they get fatter, but the last thing you want to do is try and jam an earplug into your ear. So next earplugs I tried are these. These are Nike earplugs, and they really are effective. They're marked left and right. They're easy to get in, and I first used these when I was camping. There were some people who were tent camping 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're talking, and they obviously didn't realize how the sound carries. So I put these in and I blocked them out. So whenever I want to block out sound at night, I used to use these earplugs. I've now changed to some soft earplugs. The problem is, if you leave those earplugs that I just showed you in too long, your ear will start to hurt. So what to do? I got custom earplugs. I know they look funky, and they are funky, but the way that they're made is they're molded to your ear. So this is what the inside of my ear looks like. And it takes a little bit of practice to get them in. You really do have to work with it. And there's a proper way of getting an earplug into your ear, no matter what earplug you're using. You reach over, you pull up and away, and put this in the right way. You reach over, you pull up and away, and you get the earplug into your ear. And it takes, like I said, it takes some practice. It's in there. And then you do the other side. Pull up and away. This is the one I have the most trouble with. Bear with me. You can laugh if you like. Now that one's in there perfectly. That one's in there perfectly. The advantage of these is that they keep the water out of your ear, but you can still hear. These are swimmer earplugs. And they too have a tether, so I put that around my neck. This is what I'm going to wear when I think there's a possibility that I may flip, or if I'm practicing my role. Of course, if you think you're going to flip, usually you don't. It's when you're not paying attention that you actually do flip. So here's a little interesting story. I wasn't wearing earplugs last week. We were at the Slider Whitewater Park, and I was practicing back ferrying. And when you back ferry, you start to turn. You want to use a bow draw to turn you in the direction that you want to go. And I did something wrong, and I flipped over, and I said, okay, I'm just going to roll up. But what happened was some tuber floated on top of my kayak, and I tried to roll up, and obviously I could not until I got away from the guy. In that little instant, I had water gushing into this ear, as well as up my nose, because I didn't have my nose clips on as well. So to me, I don't care what kind of earplugs you use, whichever work for you, you should really try them, especially if you're going to be in cold water, because having an earache is not a lot of fun. There you are. That's my little video on earplugs.